All right, folks, let's dive into the latest drama. So, Amberlynn's apparently been hit with some health troubles. Coincidentally, or not, this comes right after someone else in her circle, specifically Becky, went through a major procedure, a triple bypass no less. Funny how that works, right? Every single time someone in this little clique, especially Becky, has a medical crisis, Amberlynn suddenly has her own health scare. It's almost like she's trying to steal the spotlight. Suspicious? Oh, you bet. The timing is so predictable, it's practically a script. Her latest video is called I Went to the Hospital, and you already know I'm side-eyeing this one hard. Let's unpack what she's got to say about this oh-so-convenient hospital trip. If you're vibing with this tea, smash that like button and subscribe. It'd be an absolute game changer.
Dylan, I did go to the ER, yes. I wasn't gonna go, and my mom was just like, "It's okay, let's go, please, like, I'm worried about you," and then I was, like, getting scared because people were, like, messaging me about blood clots, and I'm like, "What is life right now?" Sorry, I have, like, Twinkie fur all over me. So I went to the ER, and they did all the tests. They did all the tests, like, every test you can think of. It felt like that. Um, and turns out it's not a blood clot, and I was like, "Thank God." I was very worried about that. My mom was worried about that, obviously. Um, so it's not a blood clot. It just seems like it would be easy for me to get one. Okay. Um, in the X-ray though, because they took an X-ray of my pelvis, hip, thigh, leg, knee area, and I have arthritis. I was like, oh, that's not what's causing the pain, but it's something they found in trying to figure out the pain. Um, so I do have like an arthritis type deal. Genuinely not surprised. Um, but the pain is still there. They don't know what it is. And I'm not as worried because like genuinely they were not concerned. There's no blood clot. That could be like the worst of the worst. And fine. But I'm glad that I went because blood clots are no joke. But yeah, everything is really good.
All right, let's keep peeling back the layers of this mess. So, Amberlynn claims she ended up in the ER. Why? Because her mom was all, please let's go, I'm worried. Sounds sweet, right? Except Amberlynn wasn't even planning to go until her mom practically dragged her there. And what sparked this whole panic? Random messages about blood clots? Yeah, you heard that right. People messaging her about blood clots got her spiraling into what is my life right now mode. Suddenly she's got this mysterious inner thigh pain, and boom, she's convinced it's a blood clot, a sore leg, and she's ready to diagnose herself with the worst case scenario. It's like she's auditioning for a medical drama, desperate for a starring role. Here's the thing. She's acting like this thigh pain is a one-way ticket to catastrophe, but I'm not buying it. It feels like she's milking this for all it's worth, especially since Becky's getting all the attention right now. Amberlynn's out here craving that sympathy fix, and if someone else is soaking up the concern, she's gotta one-up them. It's almost pathetic how predictable this is. She's like, oh, I wasn't gonna go, but mom forced me. Sure, Jan. I'm not even convinced she set foot in that hospital. This whole story reeks of a sympathy grab.
I do have a regular doctor, but things like that, like, get scheduled out for, like, 2 weeks, and then it's like, what if it is something really bad? In cases like that, because my doctor knows that I have an elevated D-dimer, so he specifically even tells me if I ever have issues or worries of a blood clot, go straight to the ER because I do have an elevated D-dimer. Um, I know a lot of people my age with arthritis, actually. Um, no, not a wheelchair era, no way. Absolutely not. Like, when they were gonna take me to go which part was it? It was the X-ray part. They had a wheelchair, and I said, "Nah, I got this, I can walk." Like, I'm good. I'm so good off of that. Like, I'm not in, like, that much pain to where I can't walk, so
And let's talk about her approach to healthcare for a second. Most people, when they feel a weird pain, call their doctor and book an appointment, right? Not Amberlynn. She's straight to the ER like it's a walk-in clinic. I get that her size might make some issues more serious, but come on, a sore leg doesn't scream emergency to me. If she did go to the ER, it's just another example of her leaning way too hard on her mom, who's probably exhausted from these stunts. Why not just call a doctor like a normal person? Nope, not her style. So she says she went to the ER and they ran all the tests. Oh, just all of them. Gotta roll out the red carpet for Amberlynn, right? They probably dusted off the fanciest machines just for her. And surprise, surprise, no blood clot. She's all, thank God, acting like she dodged a bullet, and her mom's supposedly relieved too. But then she casually drops, it just seems like it'd be easy for me to get one. Really? That's the takeaway? It's like her entire medical history is just her waiting for some dramatic diagnosis to validate her. Classic Amberlynn, always chasing that spotlight, one hospital visit at a time.
I can't talk. Someone said Trisha is so shady. I disagree, spaghetti. I disagree. I mean, when you hear thousands and thousands of people say Amberlynn has cheated on her partners, you're gonna assume that's true. Last time I cheated, I was 17 years old. I was in high school. I'm now 34. A lot of people have this whole conspiracy that I cheated on Crystal with Destiny. Absolutely not. Me and Crystal broke up April 1st. Crystal was already on the dating apps on April 1st. Long story. And I think it took me about 3 weeks. It was 3 weeks later that I finally downloaded a dating app. And then it was probably like a week after that. So it was like a month after Crystal and I broke up that I even met Destiny on a dating app. So not real. But yeah, I don't think Twitter was being mean either. She even said that I was sweet. Um, she has always said, she's even said in her Patreon that she gets compared to me all the time, and I get compared to her all the time, and I genuinely think it's just because we're BPD sisters, not gonna lie. But it's like, you can't sit there and, like, I understand believing thousands and thousands of people. I thoroughly get it. I've done it myself, and then I've later found out the truth where I'm like, "Oh, so that wasn't true." I fully understand, so I can't, like, get mad at Trisha for it. I can't feel like I don't feel like it was shade. I don't feel like it was mean. I don't feel like anything.
She's like, Trisha's always saying we get compared to each other, chalking it up to their shared BPD diagnosis. Oh, please. She's leaning so hard into BPD as her entire identity, it's practically her brand now. But then she's whining about how she gets it, believing what thousands and thousands of people say about her, only to later find out it's not true. Girl, spare me. Most of what people say about Amberlynn ends up being spot on, and she knows it. She's just trying to paint this picture of being unfairly targeted by a mob of liars, when really, her track record speaks for itself.
Um, yeah, Jay, we both do have BPD trust. And plus, I've said things about her in the past where, like, when she was doing frenemies, which was the best thing to ever happen to the internet, I hated how she treated Hila and Ethan, like calling Hila like a bitch and all that stuff. Like, I was like vocal about like how rude that was and how horrible that was. So we've both said things. We both said nice things about each other. I didn't think it was shade. I didn't think it was mean. It was what it was type deals, you know?
Then she drags up her old beef with Trisha, bringing up the frenemies days. Yep, the internet's golden era, and how she was oh so offended by Trisha calling Ethan and Hila names. Amberlynn's out here acting like she was caping for Ethan and Hila out of the goodness of her heart, some kind of noble defender of justice. Give me a break. She's framing it like, Trisha was mean, but I was just standing up for what's right. Classic Amberlynn move. Anytime she admits to clapping back, it's always wrapped in this heroic glow, like she's White Knight Lynn saving the day. Meanwhile, she's dodging the fact that she's just as messy as the next person, slinging shade while pretending it's for a higher cause. And then there's this random clip she mentions, catching up on Trisha's podcast at double speed while doing dishes. Because apparently that's her vibe. She's all, thank God someone warned me I was mentioned, or my dog would have hit the floor. Okay, drama queen, someone in her chat made a snarky comment about her jaw dropping so low it might hit her pee pads, and she's cackling, approving the shade. But the context? Trisha was just saying they get compared a lot. That's it. Amberlynn's acting like it's some grand conspiracy when it's literally just a passing comment.
I just saw a clip of it because I'm behind two of her podcasts. I watched that shit on times two speed, and I'm so glad people told me about this ahead of time. Because can you imagine me sitting there, just like doing my dishes, listening to Trisha on times two, and all of a sudden I'm brought up, my jaw would have been on the floor. Um, but I think they were talking about like people who they're compared to, and she mentioned me. So yeah, I don't understand the exactly teardrop thing. What does that mean? If one of y'all don't tell me who Trisha is, I'm gonna cry. Trisha Paytas? You don't know who that is? Chantel, Yo, and You will always be my fave. Keep being you. Oh, Brittany, thank you so much, and thank you for the super chat. Yeah, I don't care if she likes me or not. I mean, I can't say that I care. I've never really cared about stuff like that, to be honest. Um,
Then we've got her fans jumping in, hyping her up. Some super chat from Brittany calls her and Chantal clearly foodie beauty their faves, and Amberlynn's eating it up. But let's be real, anyone standing this hard needs a reality check. I'm no doctor, but I'm diagnosing blind loyalty here. Speaking of diagnoses, she circles back to the arthritis thing, with a fan chiming in that they've had it since 13. Amberlynn's like, wow, not surprised, lots of things happen young. Sure, arthritis can hit early, but her acting like she's surrounded by a squad of arthritic millennials is still a stretch. And then she pivots to some guy named Cobra, who died of a heart attack at 30 for her age, trying to draw some deep parallel. Except, Cobra was a severe alcoholic with serious health complications. Comparing that to her maybe arthritis is like comparing a paper cut to a train wreck. It's tragic, sure, and my heart goes out to his dad, but Amberlynn's just tossing in this story for extra drama points. Same old playbook: amplify the chaos, dodge the accountability, and keep the spotlight firmly on her.
Hey, Amber, I've had arthritis since I was 13, probably before that, but that is when the surgeon said it. Don't let people say you're too young to have it. It is insane. Oh my God, since 13. Wow. Like, I can't say that I'm surprised. A lot of things happen at such an early age. Like, think of Cobra. Like, he died of a heart attack and he was literally 34 my age, which is so heartbreaking. Um, Nikki, hello. I'm in. Yes. Oh my God, Grimace. Hi. Aw. Watch them be like haters. Oh, Nikki, you're welcome. Of course, of course.
She's milking her hospital visit for all it's worth, now throwing in some bizarre comparison to Cobra, the guy who drank himself into a tragic end. Why she thought that was a relevant parallel to her maybe arthritis is beyond me. Talk about reaching for emotional clout. It's like she's trying to tie her story to anything that'll tug at heartstrings, no matter how unrelated. Then she pivots to this wild ER anecdote, claiming some hospital worker who escorted her to an ultrasound was a huge fan, practically fangirling over her. Apparently, this person was giving off total lesbian vibes and was someone Amberlynn would totally hang out with. Oh, really? She's out here acting like she made a new BFF in the middle of the ER, even telling them to slide into her Instagram DMs. Sure, Amberlynn, because nothing screams let's be friends like a quick ultrasound escort. I'm calling BS. This sounds like another one of her embellished fantasies. She's painting this whole scene like it was some magical meet cute, but then she casually mentions a super chat from someone claiming to be this ER worker, saying they were so happy to meet her. Convenient, right? I'm still not buying it. This whole story feels like it was scripted for maximum attention. Oh, and don't miss the part where she gets spooked by elevators. Because, that's the real takeaway from her ER adventure. Classic deflection.
Um, oh my God, one of the people at the emergency room, the person who has to like take you to, because I'm telling you, to get to the ultrasound, it was a maze. There was an elevator, there was rooms and turns and this and that. Was actually a subscriber and literally was fangirling so hard, and they were even saying it, and it was such a vibe. And they seemed like someone that I would like hang out with. Like, you could totally tell they're a lesbian, like the whole nine. Like, someone I would literally hang out with. So if you're watching this, hi, message me on the Instagram. We can hang out and be friends. Like, oh my God, it was like I genuinely was like, okay, this is making my anxiety feel better. Like, I live for that. Um, I get like spook magooked by elevators sometimes. I'm not gonna lie about it. Oh, I'm sure my size has everything to do with me having arthritis. That makes sense. Wear and tear, folks. Wear and tear.
Then she circles back to her arthritis, throwing in a sarcastic, wear and tear folks comment, like she's above it all. But here's the thing: she's not wrong. Her size absolutely plays a role in joint issues. Osteoarthritis, the kind caused by wear and tear, doesn't mess around when you're putting that much stress on your joints. They're screaming for mercy, and no amount of sarcasm changes the fact that her size is speeding up the damage. Unless she's got some genetic condition like rheumatoid arthritis, which she hasn't mentioned, her weight is a major factor. But does she own that? Nope. She'd rather play it off like it's just a quirky little quirk. And then there's this random fan in the chat, Lindsay, I think, gushing about how Amberlynn can have more than one friend. She's all, oh my god, that's amazing. As if she's collecting pals like Pokemon cards. In what world, Amberlynn? Your social life seems to exist mostly in your comments section and fantasy land. This whole thing is just another episode of her spinning tall tales, dodging accountability, and trying to make herself the star of every story, whether it's an ER trip or a non existent friend date. Keep dreaming, I guess.
Yeah, I need to see a joint specialist and a bone specialist. I'm like, "Oh, oh, I'm in a great mood," which is weird. Anxious a boost. Thinking I'm anxious because I was so anxious all day, genuinely. And today was like the first time where I realized I need to probably take my blood pressure medicine. I really, 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 really don't want to, but I like genuinely have to. Like it's at this point where it's like I have to, and I have to be more scared of not taking it than taking it. I can't. I know some things are so fucking irrational, and this is one of them. Me taking that blood pressure medicine is so irrational and crazy, but I'm like terrified. Like I would rather do anything else in the whole entire world, but for some reason, I am so scared to take that medicine.
She's talking about needing to see a joint specialist and a bone specialist for her supposed arthritis, all while acting like she's in a great mood, but also anxious. Sure, Amberlynn, you're totally going to follow through with those specialist appointments, except we all know she won't. Referrals? Specialists? Those are just words she throws around to sound like she's taking her health seriously. Spoiler, she's not. It's the same old pattern: make a big show of concern, then do absolutely nothing about it. Then she dives into this whole spiel about her blood pressure medication, claiming she's terrified to take it. Oh, please. She's laying it on thick, giggling and calling it quirky and silly while acting like it's some adorable personality trait. I could cry, you guys. I'm that scared, she says, smiling through it all. Really? You're out here acting like taking a pill is scarier than skydiving without a parachute. She claims her blood pressure was high at the ER, shocker, and even admits it was a little scary. But then she brushes it off with ER jitters. Like that explains away a number that's probably screaming for intervention.
But they did my blood pressure today, and I was like, that's a little scary. I understand, like it's the ER jitters. They explain to you that it's usually higher at the ER, et cetera, but still, it should never be that high. And like I was feeling it, like my face was feeling hot. Like it's not good. It's genuinely not. Yeah, I'm gonna start taking it tomorrow. I'm so scared, you guys. Like I could cry. Like I never cry anymore. It's so rare, but I literally could cry about this. I'm that scared. Um, ugh. Oh, I'm nowhere near housebound. Catnip, nowhere near. Um, Watermelon. Medication anxiety is not something that you like choose. That's why when people like judge me, like when they're like, "Why are you scared to take medicine?" Bro, I ain't choosing that life. I ain't choosing that life at all. Um,
And let's not ignore the elephant in the room: her weight. She's wondering why her blood pressure's through the roof. But maybe take a look at the scale, because that's a big piece of the puzzle she's conveniently ignoring. She's all, I'm gonna start taking it tomorrow, acting like it's this huge emotional hurdle. Meanwhile, she's giggling and playing it up like it's her favorite performance piece. This isn't medication anxiety, it's Amberlynn doing what she does best: turning a basic responsibility into a full-blown soap opera for attention. And then she flips to whining about how she never cries anymore, claiming it's so rare. Didn't she have a meltdown over Emily like 3 weeks ago? 3 weeks is never now. Her sense of time is as shaky as her commitment to follow through.
I took blood pressure meds for 2 years. There are better ones with less side effects if the first one doesn't work. It's lisinopril, which is like the top blood pressure medicine. I'm pretty sure. Um, Yeah, Marigold. I was like stroke level. I was stroke level today. Like it was stroke level. And I looked at that and I said, an instantly anxiety, instant heart beating fast, instant like I need to get my shit together. Like it really was really sad to see. Blood pressure meds helped my anxiety so much. If you have panic, a lot of the time it helps. I was terrified, changed my life along with Prozac. Thank you for saying that because, like, genuinely, when my blood pressure feels high, quote unquote, if I can notice, that gives me anxiety. And I think that if my blood pressure stops being high, I would stop having that like anxiety. So yeah. Um, did they say anything about your anxiety at the hospital? Yeah, they said people get anxious at the hospital already. I mean, that's just like a normal feeling. So um
From there, it's a pity party parade. She's reading her chat, moaning about how invalidated she feels, how her fur babies are her only solace, and how everyone is hurting her. Trolls, reaction channels, haters, you name it. She's out here acting like the world's against her, clutching her pearls and claiming she's hurting. Oh, and watching clips of herself is apparently cathartic. Sure, Amberlynn, because nothing screams self reflection like basking in your own drama. Then she circles back to the medication, insisting she's not choosing to have anxiety about it. Okay, but you are choosing to play it up like it's a quirky character arc. Someone in the chat mentions they took blood pressure meds for years, and there are better options if one doesn't work. And Amberlynn's quick to brag that she's on Leopol, probably lisinopril, let's be real, the top blood pressure medication. Of course, she's got to have the best, right? Because nothing less than top tier will do for her self-proclaimed medical crisis. This is just Amberlynn being Amberlynn, hyping up her struggles, dodging accountability, and turning a simple pill into a Broadway production.
you had to move and walk in the hallway more than you do all week. That's not true, Catnip. You don't know my life. Do you have cameras in here? Like, you literally don't know my life, love. Um, so don't assume. And my blood pressure was actually high when I first got to the hospital, where you literally just walk in a room. It's but 5 feet from the entrance. Yeah. So that's not true. Oh my god, the bells. Thank you. I feel like my hair looks so bad right now. It's not it today. Not it today. Sugar glider, it's starting to sound like it. Creepy. White coat syndrome is just the anxiety around going to hospitals and seeing doctors, but I'm no expert. Maybe.
She's still patting herself on the back for scoring the top blood pressure medication, acting like it's some elite gold star prescription just for her, not because it's, one of the most commonly prescribed meds out there. But in Amberlynn's world, it's gotta be the best because she's the best, right? It's the same vibe as when she was waxing poetic about her college days, claiming the head honcho, not just any professor, but the big boss, told her she'd be a superstar in criminal justice. Yeah, sure, until it wasn't. She's got a knack for turning every story into a tale of her being destined for greatness, only to quietly drop it when reality doesn't match the script. Then she's back to her ER visit, claiming her blood pressure was at stroke level. Stroke level, you guys? She's out here describing it like she was one heartbeat away from a medical catastrophe, saying it gave her instant anxiety and made her realize she needs to get her stuff together. Oh, please. She's giggling and acting all bubbly while dropping this bombshell, which makes me seriously doubt it was that dire. High, probably, stroke level, I'm calling shenanigans. If it was truly that bad, you'd think she'd be doing more than laughing it off on a live stream. But no, Amberlynn's not about to change her ways. She never has. Never will. It's just another dramatic flourish to keep her audience hooked.
Watermelon oh my god, watermelon kisses. So watermelon kisses was something that my ex Feline, like, came okay, so long story short, she was a healthy eater, okay? Like, she tried very hard to be supportive of me. We would cook healthy meals together, eat healthy snacks together, and things that we would like to do, we would stand in the kitchen and eat little healthy snacks. We would dance in the kitchen. We would just hug each other in the kitchen. We would just the kitchen was a bonding area, but like in a healthy way. And it was very nice. And I was never a watermelon fan. And then one day she was standing there and she was eating watermelon. And she was like, "You want to bite?" And then she like put it in her mouth. And I like took it from her mouth with my mouth. And then it became like a thing that we always did because I was like, fuck, I actually like watermelon. It was like one of those things where it like took me aback. I was like, oh shit. So then it just became a thing where she would always give me like a bite of watermelon. No, it wasn't pre-chewed at all. That's so weird.
She also mentions a fan in the chat saying blood pressure meds helped their anxiety, which she latches onto like it's a revelation. Suddenly, she's spinning this narrative that her high blood pressure feels like it's causing her anxiety. But let's be real, everything's a trigger for her. High blood pressure, anxiety, low blood pressure, Anxiety. Looking out the window. Anxiety. Not looking out the window. You guessed it. Anxiety. It's like she's got a PhD in finding reasons to be anxious about everything. Meanwhile, someone in the chat, Elena, straight up asks, "So what's the point of this live exactly?" And honestly, Elena's the MVP for calling it out. Unless it's one of her infamous crash out lives, Amberlynn's streams are just aimless rambles, serving no purpose other than feeding her need for attention. When someone points out that her ER trip probably involved more walking than she does in a week, she claps back with, "That's not true, you don't know my life." Oh, but we kind of do, Amberlynn. You've admitted you barely leave the house, except when Mama Lynn swoops in once a week to chauffeur you around. That's it. That's your grand adventure. She's out here acting like she's living this vibrant, active life. But the reality is she's tethered to her apartment, spinning stories to make herself the star of her own show. It's the same old Amberlynn, exaggerating, deflecting, and milking every moment for maximum drama.
I had to join again because you were talking about your BP meds, and I just finished nursing school this week. Oh, yeah? That's awesome. Are you happy you finished? Like, everyone is on blood pressure meds. You wanna know something so funny? To help my anxiety, I literally Googled, I was like, "How many people take lisinoprol in the USA?" Like, how many people? And it was, like, almost 20 million people. So, you know what? That made me feel a little better because I was like, "If 20 million people can take it, then Amberlynn Reid can fucking take it." Like, I need to just calm the fuck down, like, genuinely.
Now she's teasing this grand plan to start posting what I ate today in a calorie deficit videos on TikTok because she's obsessed with watching those herself. Calorie deficit, she says, like it's a shiny new buzzword she just discovered. Sure, Amberlynn, you're totally gonna stick to that. We all know she'll film herself eating on camera because that's her comfort zone, but actually staying in a calorie deficit, that's a big nope. Then she pivots saying, "Why bother with TikTok when I could post on YouTube where I actually get paid?" Oh, and here's the kicker. She can't make money on TikTok because she's banned from PayPal. Banned from PayPal. Hold that thought.
I was gonna start doing, like, what I ate today in a calorie deficit for TikToks, and then I was like, "What's the point of posting on TikTok when I could just post it on the YouTubes where that's my actual job?" Because TikTok's not. I don't get paid for TikTok. Um, the only way you can get paid on there is through PayPal, and I'm banned on PayPal. I'm banned on PayPal, folks. Um, so remember when I had my earring business? Haters reported me because it started with people just paying me on PayPal. Um, yeah, the haters really do suck. I will say that. Oh my God, Sarah, you're banned on PayPal too? Shit sucks, folks. Shit sucks.
She tries to spin this sob story about her failed earring business, claiming haters got her banned from PayPal just for using it to accept payments. Really? That's not how it works, Amberlynn. The real tea is she was selling mystery earrings on Depop, which is against their terms of service. When people didn't get their earrings and demanded refunds, she claimed she tried to make it right, but oh no, it was stressful. Translation: refunding people sounded like too much work, so she just didn't. People lost money, PayPal banned her, and now she's crying victim, blaming her haters for reporting her. She's acting like she was innocently using PayPal as intended, but come on, nobody's buying that. She broke the rules, got caught, and now she's rewriting history to dodge accountability. How is anyone still falling for this pathological liar routine? Then we're back to her ER fangirl story, and it's getting messier. A super chat pops up from someone named Mason saying, "It was so nice meeting you today." Sounds sweet, except Amberlynn previously described this person as a hardcore fangirling lesbian. The whole nine. But Mason's profile picture looks like a guy. So what's the deal? Either this is a troll trying to stir the pot, someone throwing her a bone to keep her hospital story alive, or just a complete mismatch. The math ain't mathing. She's out here claiming she's pretty awkward in person, but then backtracks with, "No, you know what? I'm not that awkward." Which is it, Amberlynn? This whole story feels like another one of her embellished fantasies, pieced together to keep the attention on her. It's the same old playbook. Dodge responsibility, exaggerate everything, and lean into the victim card. Whether it's PayPal bans, calorie deficits, or mystery ER fans, Amberlynn's spinning tales faster than a soap opera writer, and somehow there's still a crowd in her chat eating it up. Unbelievable.
Oh my god, it was so nice meeting you today. Oh, it's you! I don't know why. Hello. I'm pretty awkward in person. No. You know what? I'm not that awkward. Like you made it easier for me today because I was so anxious. And then meeting that guy that you work with, who was also super nice. Like it was everything. It was great meeting you guys. Um, go on financial audit with Caleb Hammer. Thank you for the super chat. I don't know what any of that means. I genuinely don't. Um, popping my super chat cherry to shout out the gray one and his horde of zombies. I'm dead. It sucks to be gray. Um, spill the tea? About what? I'm lost.
Gushing about how meeting this supposed fangirl and that guy she works with made her day because she was so anxious. But the details are getting murkier. First, it was a lesbian fangirl. Now there's a guy named Mason in the super chat. And she's throwing in another random dude. The whole thing smells fishier than a week-old tuna sandwich. I'm half convinced she's making it up as she goes, especially since she flipped out about being paparazzi'd at bingo like it was her first time being spotted in public. I'm out in the wild, bro. Like, calm down, you're not a rare Pokemon. It's just bingo. Now she's pivoting to her grand content plans, saying she'll keep doing live streams because they're important to her. Translation, they're easy money. She's not fooling anyone. Those streams are her cash cow, and she's not about to let that go. But then she throws in this idea of filming daily vlogs, even if they're just 30 seconds long. Sure, Amberlynn, you're definitely going to stick to that. She's acting like she's got this packed schedule, but let's be real. Her day is eating, sitting around, and binging reaction channels. The vlogging idea sounds like another fleeting whim she'll try twice before giving up because it's too hard.
You said your love language is physical touch and acts of service. No, not acts of service. It would be physical touch and words for sure. Words of affirmation. How do you get arthritis in your thigh? I don't have arthritis in my thigh. I have arthritis in my hip, is what they found while trying to figure out what the pain is, but they don't know what the pain is. So, but while trying to find the pain, they found that. Not trying to find the pain, the reason for the pain. Wow.
Live streams are where she thrives because she can ramble without a script, but even then, she's getting called out left and right. Her lies fall apart faster on live because she can't keep her stories straight without editing. And when people point out the holes, she just hits them with that smug, you don't know my life love line. Then she's back on her calorie deficit journey nonsense, claiming she's going to film what I ate today videos to document it. Oh, please. How many times have we heard this? She's started a weight loss journey at least 100 times, each one hyped up like it's her first rodeo. I'm starting my calorie deficit journey, you guys. Yeah, until next week when she's back to DoorDash and forgetting the whole thing. She might start it, sure, but sticking to it? That's not in her playbook. And in the middle of this, she gets distracted by her Legos, giggling about how she's so excited looking at them. Really? You're mid-sentence about a life-changing health journey and you're sidetracked by a toy? Shut up! She's also whining about being in a slump with her hobbies. Legos, reading, you name it. I'm obsessed with reading. It's my day 100%. Oh, come on, Amberlynn. You're not fooling anyone with this intellectual act. She's trying to spin getting bored with hobbies as some quirky, unique trait, but it's just normal. Everyone gets tired of things they love after a while. It's not a personality, it's just being human. But in Amberlynn's world, every mundane feeling has to be a dramatic, special snowflake moment. She's out here acting like she's reinventing the wheel with her vlogs, her journeys, and her Lego slumps, but it's all just noise to keep the attention on her. Same old Amberlynn, same old script.
That's me. Okay, so what I was thinking about doing is still doing my lives because that's important to me. But every day film, even if it's a minute fucking long, I don't care. It could be 30 seconds long, a minute long, 20 minutes long. Who the hell cares? But do daily what I ate today videos of me on my calorie deficit journey because I have to do it, folks. Because if I don't do it now, sorry, I just looked over at my Legos and I just got really excited. because I really want to start my Disney castle. I bought like this really tiny maze because I've been in a Lego slump. Anything that I love, I get in slumps. Anything. Reading, I'm obsessed with reading. It is my day, 100%. But I get in these slumps. Legos, passion. I'm in a slump. So I got this like maze. It was literally like $30 or something. And I was gonna do it on YouTube, but then I was like, oh my god, people are gonna hate that because they like when I pay attention to the chat. Like it's gonna be a whole thing. But I think it's gonna get me out of my Lego slump type deal.
She's trying to sell this idea that her slumps with hobbies like Legos and reading are some quirky, unique trait. But let's be real, it's just normal human behavior. Most people get bored with something they love, step away, and come back to it later. She's acting like she's discovered some rare emotional condition, but it's just life. Everyone does this. Stop trying to make "I got bored" a personality, Amberlynn. Then she's back to her weight loss spiel, claiming she wants to lose weight because she feels better when she does. Sure, but there's a big difference between wanting to lose weight and wishing you were smaller. Wanting it means doing the work, changing habits, sticking to a plan. Wishing is just daydreaming without lifting a finger, and that's Amberlynn's MO. She's not about to put in the effort, no matter how many times she promises a calorie deficit journey. Speaking of, she's hyping up these What I Ate Today videos again, asking her chat what they think. Spoiler, it's a terrible idea. Not because calorie counting doesn't work, it does, but because Amberlynn's never going to stick with it. She's all about the gimmicks, throwing out buzzwords like calorie deficit and sitting with discomfort like they're magic spells. Newsflash, they're not. She's been preaching this sit with discomfort nonsense forever, and where's it gotten her? Nowhere.
Weigh in. Wait, I'll weigh in right now if I get $500. um, so what do you guys think about the what I ate today videos and my calorie deficit journey?
And then there's the audacity of her saying she'll do a live weigh-in for $500. She's brought it up multiple times now, acting like it's a joke, but it's giving desperate vibes. Like, really? You're holding your weight accountability hostage for cash? It's pathetic and screams that she's more interested in milking her audience than actually addressing her health. Her fans, like Quirky Love Rosie, are eating it up, gushing about how What I Ate in a Day content motivates them. Amberlynn's all, me too, it motivates me to count calories. Oh, please. If those videos were motivating, you'd think she'd have made some progress by now. But nope. It's just another performance to keep the views rolling in.
I don't know who Rachel is, but thanks. She must have been reading really old poetry because poetry that I wrote like a decade ago is online, and I was bad. I mean, not a decade ago. A decade ago is when I put it online, but when I actually wrote it was 14 years ago, 13 years ago. But you know what? Some of it I did write like 8 years ago. But new poetry, different vibe, honey. Different vibe, honey. If she wants to read that, I can send it to her. I don't know who Rachel is, but I can send it to her. Um, Calorie counting is stupid. I think it's stupid. You need to be in a calorie deficit to lose weight. That's just how it goes. That's a lot of people are like, do keto, and it's like it's not even that. It's, are you in a calorie deficit while doing keto? Then yeah, you're gonna lose weight. Go vegan. It's like, okay, if you're in a calorie deficit, you're gonna lose weight. It's not about what diet you're doing, it's about the calories, point blank period. Because I can eat unhealthy all day. If I stay under 2,000 calories in my current whatever this is, my current state, if you will, I'm gonna lose weight, you know?
She's also whining about how her live streams are important to her. But let's cut the crap. They're easy money. That's it. She admits she's been on for only 27 minutes, and it's already getting repetitive. Gee, I wonder why. When your life consists of eating, sitting around, and dodging accountability, there's not much to talk about. Her streams are a snooze fest unless she's having a meltdown or spinning lies to cover her tracks. Even her fans are starting to notice. Someone asked why she's not rushing off live like she used to. And her answer? It's just how I'm feeling. Classic Amberlynn, no plan, no substance, just doing whatever she wants in the moment. She's banking on her audience sticking around, but the repetitive ramblings and obvious fibs are going to burn them out eventually. People aren't as dumb as she thinks. They'll check out when the lies get too boring to ignore.
Mandy, that's true, but I can eat cheese off of keto. Right, 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 right. But sugar and carbs make you eat more. Yeah, some I will say, like, sugar for me makes me feel hungrier than I need to be. For sure, I will say. Romeo's really good. His, vet appointment to get fixed is coming up, and I'm feeling really sad about it. I'm feeling really sad about it. Like, I hate doing things that, like, disrupt their mentals. Like, I don't like when my fur babies feel scared, confused, nervous, and pain, but it has to happen, you know?
She's preaching about calorie deficits like she's cracked the code to weight loss, saying it doesn't matter what you eat keto, vegan, whatever. As long as you're under your calorie limit, you'll shed pounds. Technically, she's not wrong. If she stayed under 2,000 calories in her current state, she'd lose weight. But eating 500 calories of bacon cheeseburgers, sure, you might drop a few pounds, but you're not exactly winning at health. And let's be real, Amberlynn sticking to 1,700 or 1,000 calories a day? That's pure fiction. She's out here claiming she's meticulously tracking, like, oh, I ate 2,147 calories today and that's it. Or, I'm at 1,072, super satisfying. Absolute hogwash. There's no way she's maintaining her weight on those numbers. She's either fudging the math or straight up lying, and my money's on the latter. Her expert calorie counter act is about as convincing as a toddler hiding cookies behind their back. Then she pivots to her pets, getting all weepy about Romeo's upcoming vet appointment to get fixed. She's acting like it's this profound emotional burden, whining about how she hates seeing her fur babies scared or in pain. Okay, who doesn't? That's not some unique empath superpower, it's just being a pet owner. But Amberlynn's gotta turn it into a performance, laying it on thick to prove she's this deeply caring soul. It's so overdone, it feels like she's auditioning for an Oscar in pet parenting.
I've said okay, I need a hater because haters are the ones with the most in their hands. Most time in their hands, no offense. Please count how many times I said in this stream. I need to know. Because normally I don't even notice when I say it, but I've noticed every single time I've said it this time, and it's been a lot. I don't know where window is. The tongue pop happens when I'm like the most sassiest attitude that you've ever seen. Like that's when my tongue pop comes out. I'm so sorry for having such a fanboy moment today. I just couldn't believe it. Oh my gosh, no, don't be sorry. It was a moment. It was a moment. Oh my god. I'm annoying myself. Oh, I need to stop saying and why am I so hyper aware of it? That's the part that's really struggling.
Back to her ER fangirl saga, she's now doubling down on this Mason character, gushing about their fanboy moment, and apologizing for freaking out over meeting them. But the story's crumbling faster than a stale cookie. First it was a lesbian fangirl, now it's Mason, who's apparently a guy, and she's still not clear on who's who. It's a mess, and I'm calling it. This whole encounter sounds like another one of her made-up tales to keep the chat buzzing. Nothing adds up, and she's just hoping nobody notices. Then there's the drama about her cussing out supposed minors in her last live stream. Someone in her chat called her out for telling a kid, "You're definitely 10, get the F out of my chat." And doubling down with, "See boy, I'm convinced you're 13, get out." Her defense? If a minor's gonna be a dick to me, I'm gonna be an expletive back. Is that bad? Yeah, Amberlynn, it's a terrible look. Even if they weren't actually minors, assuming they are and going straight to cussing them out is unhinged. Just block them and move on, or say, hey, if you're 13, this isn't the place for you. But no, her first instinct is to throw a tantrum and curse, which says everything about her mentality. She's out here acting like her brain isn't fully developed as an excuse. But come on, that's just another cop-out. This is peak Amberlynn, hyping up fake weight loss plans, turning normal emotions into quirky character traits, and stirring up drama to dodge accountability. Her fans might buy the calorie counts and sob stories, but the rest of us see right through the act. Same script, different day.
People were upset that you were cussing at people you thought were minors. People were upset that you were cussing at people you thought were minors. Oh, to be honest, I don't think I care. If a minor is gonna be a dick to me, I'm gonna be a bitch back. Is that bad? I don't know. My brain isn't fully developed. know. That could be, I don't know. She said, "You're 13, get the fuck out my chat." Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about right. That fuck up? Is that bad? Don't use curse words at the kids. They cursed first. I don't know. I don't know.
She's starting to backpedal on cussing out a supposed minor in her chat, laughing it off like, maybe I shouldn't have said that. You think? After proudly declaring she doesn't care if she cursed at a kid she thought was 13, she's now realizing that might not be the flex she thought it was. But instead of owning it, she doubles down with, they cursed first, pointing to fart and lizard like they're hardcore swears. Come on, Amberlynn, grow up. If you think someone's a minor, you don't sling insults. You say, hey, this chat's not for you, and move on. It's not rocket science. The fact that she's giggling about it later, even after someone called her out, just shows she doesn't give a damn about anyone but herself. If she'd said, oops, my bad, shouldn't have done that, we might have let it slide. But nah, she's out here shrugging it off like it's no big deal, which just screams selfish. Then the chat gets spicy with a super chat asking why she lied about being a substance baby, and, surprise, she skips right over it to answer some fluff about not visiting someone in Kansas City. Classic Amberlynn, dodging the hard questions like they're hot coals. And then, out of nowhere, she drops, I should start hiking. I love a good hike. Hiking? Amberlynn, please. I'll eat my entire wardrobe if she's ever set foot on a trail. The closest she's gotten to a hike is probably scrolling past a nature video on TikTok. It's just another empty promise to sound like she's got big plans, when we all know she's not leaving her couch unless it's for DoorDash.
What now? Can I make a grinder profile? No, 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 no. They ain't ready for Tipsy Lynn. I have not drank in months. Um, with how my blood pressure is, I don't think drinking would ever be a good thing for me at this point. Tipsy Lynn is a great Lynn, but no, no. Why didn't you come see me when you were in KC? What's KC? I should start hiking. I love a good hike. In kits, you say, because of the high BP in serious cases, you need to go back to ER tomorrow. Also, though lofts fit increase SS BP. What you just said, you're telling me my ums mean I have high blood pressure? Okay. And that my Zoloft increases high blood pressure? Oh. It does not raise blood pressure. You guys need to stop scaring me. Please stop. I'm gonna start my blood pressure medicine tomorrow. But I need to be in the surrounding of somebody. I need to call a friend while I first take it, or I'm not going to take it. Like it's that simple. You verbally abuse a 13-year-old and you don't care. Oh my god, here we go. I don't care. You know what?
The live stream cuts off abruptly, probably her fumbling the end button, but she hopped right back on for round 2, because of course she did. Gotta keep that attention train rolling. I'm leaning toward her actually going to the ER, if only because the story's too detailed to be completely made up. But if she did, poor Mama Lynn was probably stuck there for 10-12 hours, babysitting her through this latest drama fest. It's just another day in Amberlynn's world, dodging accountability, spinning lies, and pretending she's about to reinvent herself with hikes and calorie deficits. Spoiler, she won't. Thanks for sticking with me through this mess, you absolute legends. If you enjoyed this tea, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next deep dive into Amberlynn's chaos. Catch you in the next one. Stay shady.